We're going to be talking about managing obstacles and overcoming adversity and thriving in these uncertain times and, taking a look at ourselves and how we can avoid road rage. That's something we definitely going to need. And of course, what I'm saying, how to find out, uh, you know, how to get joy and happiness out of our lives and our relationships. How about that? And then we're going to talk about tools that we're going to need if we're planning on starting a home-based business. Yes. And
But
what's the best computers to use if you want to produce music or film? How about that? But
sound like some
first,
good game.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But first, let's get off into some of this Sunday jam session, bro. Let's
Let's
play
get
some
it.
music. You know what I mean? Uh, but before we get started, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and share. That's the way we stay on the air, okay? All right. Y'all take it easy. Give me a minute and we're going to play some music. Okay. Play something fat.
What you thinking you finna give them first? Old
This
school.
weekend. How about that?
Oh, okay. That's Sandman joint, huh?
Yes, sir?
Let's get it there.
I've been working hard every day, and it's time for a couple of play. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in. I'm going out this weekend. Take it back to the corner. So we're fucking balls. I'ma pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in. Look out, it's the weekend and I'm ready to chill. Pulling up at the barber shop, I can chop me for real. Gotta get that paper, gotta keep that paper. I'm an old school player with prescriptions to fill. I'm in the coupe to bill, and them shoes and bows, and them shoes and clothes. And I'm shoes, boy. I'm chopping game and I'm about to go. So I tip the barber and I hit the stove. Hit the stove before I hit the crib. Hopped in the shower and I'm about to flip. Fall in the club, chill at the bar, and pass my cell number to a couple of stars. And they texting me and I'm texting them. They both got bubbles with that beautiful skin, and I'm sending drinks and they sending things. So I choose Lil Mama like Tyra Banks. She danced with me, dropped it low, raised it up and then made it roll. So I grabbed her waist and let it rub up against her. Just say she let me know she liked the message I sent her. We leave the club, stop the grubs, strawberry pancakes, we eating it up. We laughing, talking, we making out, and I really wanna see what that sex about. But we leave her whip, go to the mall, yeah, you know the Scotch Inn on Murphy Road. We got the room, came out them clothes, woke up the next morning with her on my wall. I'm going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody say. I've been working hard every day, and it's time for a couple of plays. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. I'm going out this weekend. Taking it back to the home. So we're fucking balls. I'ma pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleeping. Mommy looking good, so I'm gonna take her to breakfast. Let her order what she want and drop her back at the Lexus. After the goodbye kisses, hopping back in the coupe, popping a CD in and throwing the deuce on. I'm turning corners and I'm changing lanes, and them diamonds shining in my pinky ring, and my watching things and my piece and chain. And she hit my cell and I'm peeping game, and she thanking me, and I'm getting home. So I parked the lack and hang up the phone. Walked in the crib and the game was on. Houston Rockets in the danger zone. And I grabbed the skip and I grabbed the chips, and I make a drink and I snack and sip, and I call a bitch and we watch the trip. T-Mac hit a 3 and the crowd lit. And the game shift, it was in our favor. Won 500 for my next door neighbor. And he mad as hell and I'm glad as hell. And I hit the rocks about 11:45. Pass my number like I always do. Hit the after hours when they close at 2. And they playing my song when I hit the spot. And them sexy girls say my joint is high. Next thing I know, we doing shy. The lights went high, they panties dry. They was in my boxes, I was in they ties. Super Sandman is the player of the wild. I'm going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody say. I've been working hard every day. And it's time for a brother to play. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in. I'm going out this weekend. Take it out to the corner. Brother, so a brother can boss. I'ma pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in. I'm gonna pay the tab and get the hell out of Dodge. Get the genie from the car and park it in the garage. Call a little mama for a body massage and then take my ass to sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. Holla at my friends till I see them again. They know I'm gonna be ready for them next weekend. I got a date with a set of two beautiful twins. And they from the Philippines, but they got dark skin. Cold black hair and it's wavy as hell. I know they mama black and everybody can tell. Cause the way they fit them jeans is like a black female. I wanna mix my Alizé with they pink champagne. They contortionists from the circus, hey. And they wanna twist their body in all kinds of ways. Put their booty on their head with their legs in their face. While I'm looking up into outer space. Ain't no need in me line pimping, I'm anxious to see how incredible that next weekend is gonna be. I can't believe how excited they was to meet an OG. And if I wanted to, really I could charge him a fee. But it's not about that, I'd rather do it for free. And kick it with them for a while and get invited for tea. Cause I never disrespect when they respect me. And that's my code of honor and my policy. And I really think that that's the way it ought to be. And that's the reason why I really think they shot at the G. Cause when you give respect, then you get respect. And that's the kind of outcome a brother expects. I'm going out this weekend. I don't care what nobody say. I've been working hard every day. And it's time for a brother to play. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in. I'm going out this weekend. Take it out to the corner. Brother, so a brother can boss. I'ma pay whatever it costs. Tomorrow morning I'm going sleep in.
40 inches, base 15. Screen falling like Mufasa from the Lion King. Got free born like Chia, pottery. Boy, I got that fire like a ant colony. Been here for the young tips like chicken pox. But my dad ran the business, I gotta have my pops. Your man fell off, so pick up the pieces. S-class, free fall. I'm watching Kathy Lee and Jesus. You know some Cola, you must have a 6 cents. While a blocking for a lady calling 1-800-PIP. Your name Crispy and Cheese hanging with Mr. Cooper. I have you running home like King Griffey. You can buy Lee gift chills like a Stephen King film. You need a second opinion, go and ask Dr. Phil. I'm ancient. I need more paper than animation. My wallet like Michael Jackson. So many faces. Look up, with the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point to the point. Look up, with the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point. Look up, with the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point. Look up, with the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point.
Fresh shot in the basement, in the face of my Nicholas Cage. Both Nicholas race them in. We could switch places, but not paper. No, there'll be no switching places. Niggas don't switch and pop. You're missing shots like the Matrix. I'm hot and fully flammable, like candle wax, a cannibal. With the heat in place, I eat your face. Use a cartoon character, gangsta in Wonderland. Hope the stars superior. Your fake samurai with a sword made out of aluminum. You're losing your camouflage as I blast away at the background. And I'm going off handlebars. Y'all can't handle Sean, he's fabulous. Handle the truth. My stamina's real, I stand still like mannequins do. And watch, then catwalk to the camp for your crew. Assemble my cannons, supernova, renovate the campus. I'm a renegade, back for you dudes. Home improvement, slack with the tool. Improving the home from the goons with no soul, not a cat's in school. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of funk. With a funk, that he hate a lot. With the point to the point to the point.
I got a price on my melody.
by Department of Correction, cause the haters kept dying when they couldn't pass inspection. My mic card was found in this kid's small intestines, and they did a brain scan and found the same mental questions. I had to make like a corpse and get ghosts before they could get me. They blasted a lot of shots, but they never did hit me. Dodging lead like the Matrix, but a little more quickly. Running into gunfire, passing the cops who convict me. Now I lay low and wait for the payload. My crew know not to make a move unless I say so. I mold my teeth like Play-Doh. I'm so deep underground, fire burn my ankles halo. And hell is what I pray for. Got music in the basement, cracking through the pavement. The whole block trembles from the bass vibrations. Been in the lab long enough. Break out my new creation, introducing Hemlock, fellas. Meet your replacement.
With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of pump, with a pump, with a pump, that he hit a lunch with the point to the point to the point to the start. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of pump, with a pump, with a pump, that he hit a lunch with the point to the point to the point to the start. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of pump, with a pump, with a pump, that he hit a lunch with the point to the point to the point to the start. With the mommies in the front till they get in the trunk with a little bit of pump, with a pump, with a pump, that he hit a lunch with the point to the point to the point to the start.
With you, I always keep it real. With you, so you and I can be. With you, alone together, we'll enjoy each other. How I feel, girl, ooh, cause I can trust you. No other girl can touch you. Your words are so profound, no one could ever interrupt you. I'll keep you out of play, cause you flesh up my brain. With you, I feel like I've been blessed. I love the way that we connect. Girl, you know your boy was reckless. I'm from North City, Texas. They niggas left for breakfast, ran the foods and laid the weapons. You know I'm just a thug, but you still show me love. Girl, you and I love you because my life is better than it. With you, with you, with you.
I used to picture the way that I tapped that if I had that. Girl, you know you twisted my hat back just like that. God is my witness, your lips are straight out of pictures, and your physical fitness could put a gym out of business. Searching for words that could describe you physically, knowing that words just don't have them capabilities. I took a shot without my visibility. I know they call me ego, but I still have humility. My approach is well worded, although I was nervous. I had to let you know I'm buttering, baby, you deserve this. You know a brother ain't rich, but a nigga ain't lying. As if I thought your love was something a nigga could buy. I kept it real and you real, so you didn't reject me. Instead, you opened your heart, and I know that you respect me. And I respect you too, and I know that you're faithful. Girl, I'm fools from your past for just so mean and hateful, but they lost my game and I'm gonna remain beside you. Now they wishing that they treated you like I do. I stay ready in case they come in with drama. Send them back home in a pine box to mama. Goo Gaga, don't matter if he's the prophet, cause he better I ever put his hands on what I got now. What I got now. What I got now.
With you, I always keep it real. With you, so you and I can be. With you, alone together, we'll enjoy each other. How I feel, girl, ooh, cause I can trust you. No other girl can touch you. Your words are so profound, no one could ever interrupt you. I'll keep you out of play, cause you flesh up my brain. With you, I feel like I've been blessed. I love the way that we connect. Girl, you know your boy was reckless. I'm from North City, Texas. They niggas left for breakfast, ran the foods and laid the weapons. You know I'm just a thug, but you still show me love. Girl, you and I love you because my life is better than it. But with you, with you, with you.
Now I'm known to wreck the mic on a regular basis, like getting blazed at a party, getting wasted. Alcoholic drug been caught up, but I faced it. Hennessy straight without a coke for me to chase it. You know, on my waist every time a nigga saw me. In case another knuckleheaded jacker try to rob me. Ain't like I got a dime, but they jacking for a hobby, and I ain't wanna have to tell nobody that they shot me. Walking through my life without a pot for me to pee in. Other people telling me they like it what they seeing. I fly in my being, but them greenbacks decreasing. Cause every time I make a dollar, Satan sinking seeking. Cut off my utilities, rats came in my house. Went to find a job, came home and was locked out. I'm at the office screaming at him, what is this about? So I began to hustle on the block till I got caught. They put me in a cell with convicts of every kind. Few were cool and even gave advice from time to time. They told me how a brother could commit the perfect crime. The thoughts of loving you was all that ever crossed my mind. The finest of the honeys, baby girl, you kept me strong. So I'm gonna make a life for us as soon as I get home. As soon as I get home. As soon as I get home. As soon as I get home.
With you, I always keep it real. With you, so you and I can be. With you, alone together, we'll enjoy each other. How I feel, girl, ooh, cause I can trust you. No other girl can touch you. Your words are so profound, no one could ever when and breathing echo. You boy was Texas. I'm almost in Texas. And niggas left for breakfast, random tunes and lethal weapons. You know I'm just a thug, but you still show me love. And I love you because my life is better than it got with you, with you, with you.
It's a bird, it's a plane. Hemlock's off the chain. Well, do you think you can catch them? I'm delayed. They'll be gone in 60 seconds. We won't ever stop fighting. It can either clash up the Titans. They try to hold the leash tighter and destroy our empire, but along came a spider.
The love like to do whatever is hot. You like, yeah, it's hot. We like, no, it's not. Switch up the style. We wild out at action world. Like first colony balling in my back. Lord, we ball. Full bars everywhere we go. Even the dollar store. In front of the crib, we battle MCs and we take their home. At the pool, we swim for hours. Make our skin feel warm. Go to the spot on Friday night and we stay till 5 o'clock. Look out for Jakes. And don't talk smack, you'll be better off. You get a cup full of thumbtacks. My smile make mommy smell. I shot spell by the cupcakes at church that look below the belt. Maybe I'm only 12, but I can smoke a mic like a blunt, right? I'm a black belt and I'm saying you wanna fight, but that's a stupid move, fool. Because I'm too smooth, too cool, but follow rules. I'm the coldest in school. My number 2 is my 2.
It's a bird, it's a plane. Hemlock's off the chain. Well, do you think you can catch them? I'm delayed. They'll be gone in 60 seconds. We won't ever stop fighting. It can either clash up the Titans. They try to hold the leash tighter and destroy our empire, but along came a spider.
Yeah, ice little bamboo, something like a steam room. We came to get that green by any means to beat you. Nobody's equal when we eat you people like vegetarians. I bury you, my team's equal, and still get cream legal. Invest in CDs, and when we move from Turtle Creek, I'ma live on TV. We some Rolling Stone from Hot Atlanta where they throw them all to West Coast. Everybody know the flow, but them boys go.
Toasters only to explode on your bronies. If you focus closely, you notice the boys approaching from coast to coast, even remote locations we expose. So foes can only hope we don't make it. Got product, tell you balance, changing the status quo. What was hot yesterday ain't today. We come with subject matter flows. My team is master flows. You amateurs out for manners, material things spilling your brain and nothing splatters over.
It's a bird, it's a plane. Hemlock's off the chain. Well, do you think you can catch them? I'm delayed. They'll be gone in 60 seconds. We won't ever stop fighting. It can either clash up the Titans. They try to hold the leash tighter and destroy our empire, but along came a spider. It's a bird, it's a plane. Hemlock's off the chain. Well, do you think you can catch them? I'm delayed. They'll be gone in 60 seconds. We won't ever stop fighting. It can either clash up the Titans.
Won't let no one hold me down. When I can't turn around. Plant my feet on solid ground. When I can't falling down. You can get you when you fall. When you need help, they don't call. But you keep moving strong. Better get your hustle on. Old school got a message for you.
Yo, that was dope. That's that Hemlock, huh? Old school? You with me, bro?
Yeah. You there? Hold on
Yeah.
1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. We got a little technical difficulties here.
Oh, okay.
Give me just
Hamlet,
1
bro.
second.
Hamlet.
There we go. All right. Okay. Now, for those just tuning in, I'm old school, okay, with my boy Rain. And we're talking about managing obstacles and overcoming adversity and thriving in these uncertain times, okay? So how you feeling about the situation of trying to stay safe during this pandemic and, you know, just crazy situations like your family members that have different views on what you should and shouldn't do during this period of time? For instance, parents, right? They separated. They both need to see the child, but they don't want to have the child tested to avoid stressing the child out. How about that? But at the same time, it's stressing the older family members that might have underlying, health issues, and they also live in the same household. I mean, what do you do in that type of situation? How would you handle that situation? Y'all send us a comment and let us know what you would do, okay, or what you think, whatever. What about you, Rain? How would you handle a situation like that?
I mean, number one rule of survival is self-preservation. Number one. So regardless of what anybody else thinking or doing, I'm going to I know that I have to, take the proper measures to make sure that my safety is intact, number one. And if that means, staying away from whoever, however, or whatever, that's what it's going to be. But me personally, man, I'm like I've tested positive for COVID already, you know what I mean? And to be honest, I think I've had it more than once, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But I never
What is
tested
that like?
positive.
What makes you think that?
Well, I never tested positive, right? But I had these symptoms. I had all the symptoms, and I was sick. And it was something that I had never felt before, that little, for those that are familiar with that could recognize it, that little tingling feeling in your nose, you know what I mean? It was just different. I had never felt that before. Losing your sense of taste, the cardiovascular issues. Like, I experienced all of that. Matter of fact, I had got locked up what was that, 2018? And I had no clue what COVID was back. We didn't know what COVID was back then. But I went to, when I was getting processed, like all of the questions that they ask you when you are going to get tested, right. Do you have shortness of breath? Do you have this? Do you have that? Those are all the questions that they were asking me as I was getting processed. And I was like, this is new, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't never asked us this kind of stuff before, Right, so, right. But the thing was, at that time, I was having all of those symptoms, you know what I mean? The diarrhea, the shortness of breath.
Wow.
I had all of that. So in hindsight, I'm feeling like, I had it then. But my point is, as far as how to deal with that with family, especially in a tight situation like that, like I said, man, the first rule of survival is self-preservation, man. So you just got to take care of you. You can't control what nobody else does. You know what I mean? You can't make nobody do nothing. Now, if you holding down your own household, you know what I mean? Then you have all the power in the world to say, stop. No, you got your COVID test, boy, before you come in here. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, But that's just what it is. You just gotta take care of you, because it's kind of like driving. You gotta drive for the other people around you. You can't just drive for yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got to drive for all the people around you. So in this situation, it's the same. It's the same thing. You got to drive yourself and everybody else.
Yeah. Well, everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. COVID is very, very real. So it's just one of those type of things that we just gotta take our precautions. And I know this has been driving people crazy. You know what I mean? Can't go outside. Can't do all the things. 18, 19-year-old kids, stuck up in the house. And I know it's drama, it's hump, it's hard. So let me ask you this. What kind of issues has COVID-19 caused in your life? Like, 2019 was, no COVID, and then bam, now there's COVID. So what are some of the things that COVID has brought into your life that really, really just kind of scratches your hide?
I mean, like, at the base level, man, like the real easy one is, like, you remember when it first started, right?
Yeah.
When it first started, and then you'd be out somewhere and, like, either you see somebody coughing or something,
Well,
or somebody catch you coughing, and they be like, "Oh boy, you got that stuff, boy." You know what I'm saying? Like it make you feel like you got AIDS or something. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, people
You
quick
know,
to start running.
that's
Boy.
the most. That was the most thing for me, man. I was like, man, come on, man. You know, people would treat you like as if you had Ebola. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I'm like this, bro. I'm like this. It's a virus, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah,
virus. Now, for people with underlying health issues, then
yeah,
yes, you need to stay out of the way because, excuse me, those people, you know, are at higher risk. So you
mhm,
need to take better care of yourself. But for people who still have very healthy immune systems, in my eyes,
right.
I'm like this, man. It's a virus, bro. Like it's the flu. Like the symptoms are just the same as the flu. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's a virus. So I think the way that it was sensationalized in the media and everything made it like kind of more than what it was because we done went through swine flu and West Nile and all of that. And to me, if you ask me, those were some of the lower numbers of the COVID-19. Swine flu might have been like a COVID-10 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but
so
let's
my
not get it
point is,
twisted, though. I mean, they say that actually they've lost more people, due to COVID than they
mhm,
lost in World War I, II, and what was that
three,
Korean War?
the
You
yeah,
know,
over there
yeah,
with the Asians,
all
yeah,
three of them wars, man. You know what I'm talking about? Together,
together.
that's
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah, when we get into stuff like that, man, like the numbers,
Hmm.
because I know people that are into those numbers and they get into listening to what the media is saying and all that. And I'm like, I cross reference that with what I see in the world, when I go outside for real, and I'm like,
Right?
I listen to a lot of, doctors, like I listen to a lot of people speak on COVID, doctors especially.
Hmm.
And I can't deny, I don't want to get on no conspiracy stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, realistically, if you go and you listen to some doctors that talk about COVID that are working in these hospitals and stuff, man, they'll tell you, like, man, you could have a displaced eyelash. And if you're in pain, they're going to list you as a COVID patient. So
So,
you have
so
to
let me
kind of
ask you
take
this,
that into account when you looking at the numbers, you know what I'm saying? And that's
right?
all, what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say it's a conspiracy wholly because
Yeah,
it is real. It is killing people, but I do
because I
believe
was,
that the numbers are being padded for
yeah,
propaganda purposes.
that's what I
That's
want to
that's
get at.
that's it.
Yeah, that's what I want to get in. Because you know what I'm saying. Like when it first came out, everybody was like, "Man, that's just some stuff that they invented to, get more vaccine. They're gonna come with a vaccine, and they were gonna put a little computer chip in it, and you know what I'm saying, keep up with all of us, whatever." But the
It's
thing
real.
is that you know what I'm saying. People around me start dropping dead from it.
Right, right,
Like my
right.
son, his next door neighbor died from that. You know, and of course, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what you call him, but my daughter-in-law's father passed away from that. We just went to his funeral. So you know what I mean. So it's like getting home close to home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can do that. I've lost somebody close. I've seen somebody close, close die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they had underlying health issues though, and that's what
Right.
I'm saying. It's
Hmm.
one thing. It's one thing. You know what I mean? Like just saying, oh, they just caught COVID and they died.
Right.
But if they have underlying health issues, then I mean, you have to take that into account. Now, how many very healthy under 30-year-olds have died from COVID? Like, let's do those numbers, but they're not going to show you that. You know what I mean?
Right. Hmm.
So I mean, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying like it's nothing to take serious because it is. It is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It is.
Right.
It affects everyone differently. So don't let me talk you into walking out here and just not caring about your health and go out
Right.
there and catch it. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is people have to, when you asking me a question about it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
provoke some type of thought,
I'm feeling
from it.
that.
definitely take it serious though. I definitely don't want anybody to get what I'm saying misconstrued.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah. We
be
want to
safe.
make sure that everybody stays safe.
Definitely take care of yourself. Definitely
Yeah.
look out for your brother, man, and take all the precautions that you need to make sure that you and everyone around you is safe.
hmm
Definitely.
Now let me ask another question. Will you allow your children, right, to go back into the classroom, or will you try to homeschool them, or what? Y'all let us know in the comments, okay? What about you, Rain? I know your child is, a little bit older, but
Yeah,
what you
my
think is right.
daughter. It's like my daughter. Right, my daughter's 23, so
Right, right.
she grown and she gonna do what she want to do. I
Yeah,
make suggestions to her, but I let her live her own life
right.
and make her own decisions. And when you make a mistake, Daddy go be there. But I do have my granddaughter to look
Right.
out for her, and I've told my daughter, look, like I say, I have to let my daughter do what she's gonna do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I told her this. I said, listen, when they came with this vaccine, I said, baby, when they come to you and tell you trying to shoot my baby up with something, before you let them put anything in my baby, you talk to me first. Let's do some research, look at the product, see what's in it, what company's producing it, all those type of things,
Yeah.
and then we'll decide. But I guess she got put in some type of position, and she went ahead and let my grandbaby get vaccinated anyway, and I was upset about that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because we don't know what that is. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like as far as having her homeschooled and all that, like that's where I'm at. Like I'd
Yeah.
much rather take care of my own. Like don't have the state or the government, whoever, shooting up stuff in my baby. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what they got going on in the school system right now. Like how effective could that be under the current circumstances? You know what I mean?
Right.
So like if you don't have to send my baby to school, then don't. Because we teaching her more at home than she learning at school anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
So that was my take on it. But my daughter hasn't quite made a decision on that yet, whether she's not gonna let her go back or not. But my answer would be a nay. You know what I mean? I'd be
Yeah.
like, no, you know what I'm saying? Just keep her all the way out of the
Mhm.
mix. You know what I'm saying? Keep her from up under the system's thumb for right now, so we
Yeah.
can see exactly what's going on and what's about to happen, which
Yeah.
is very uncertain right now. So that's
No
my
doubt,
take.
man. Let me ask you this. What about those teachers, They're expecting them to go back in the classroom and teach.
I feel for
Hey,
them.
can you imagine your wife or y'all's husbands, anybody that's educators out there, and they being asked to, go back into the classroom before they get the vaccine or anything, just go in there. What do y'all think? Y'all let us know in the comments, okay? Be sure and do that. And don't forget to hit that like button and that share and subscribe, you know. But yeah, those are some of the things that we'd like to know. For sure. Hey, Shay.
What else? I see her.
Yeah.
That's the queen,
So
y'all. That's the
what are
queen.
your plans though about getting vaccinated, Rain? I mean, you know what I mean?
I
You
see the
know that it's gonna
comments.
come down to it, where
Brother
they're gonna be
Craig.
looking at it like, but go ahead, I'm sorry. What's your
No, go
plans?
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, do you think that they're gonna actually say, well, before you can go to work or before you can get this job or whatever, we're gonna require that might be on the application, you know what I mean? Like, have you been vaccinated for the
It will be. It will
coronavirus?
be.
And so I'm saying, what are your plans? Are you going to go ahead and get vaccinated? And everybody out there, please let us know what y'all think. Are y'all gonna get vaccinated? Vaccinated? I can't even say the word. But yeah, you know what I mean? What you gonna do? Let us know
All
what you
right,
do.
so let me see. I gotta make sure I'm paying attention to who I'm talking to. Okay, I'm gonna deal with Brother Craig Weefall's question down here. He asked basically what you asking. What are your beliefs? Should black people get vaccinated? And he specified black people. Now
Okay.
we're gonna address that one. It's as simple as this to me. I remember Tuskegee. I
Hmm.
have not went no. I ain't with no vaccinations. Period, man. And I think I've told this story before, but like when I'd be incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, I'd go
Right.
through it with them nurses about them poking me and putting stuff in me that I didn't know what it was. I'd ask them, hey, well, what are y'all doing? What is
What
in
is
this?
that?
What are you putting in me? And they wouldn't tell me. And I'd be like,
That's
okay,
good.
send me
I'm
home. Yeah,
sorry
send
for
me
you.
back home. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, should black people get vaccinated? Not without being very not without being very thorough in their research. You know what I mean? Like if you're the type of individual that has knowledge about in the medical
That ain't
field,
COVID, y'all.
and you can go and you all right, brother. But if you don't have no, if you don't say, if you're a black person that has some kind of medical knowledge, some kind of medical background, that you can go and you can do the research and you can see exactly what you're doing, then I mean, by all means, if that's your choice, that's your choice. You know what I mean? But
Right.
my overall advice would just be, man, just be very studious about what it is that's going on with this, because this virus is it's leaving residual effects on people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it
it
don't
is.
just it
You
don't
think
just
no?
come and then go. So if there's a vaccine, then I'd want to know exactly what are going to be the side effects of this. So I'm just saying I would say be very thorough in your research about what it is
Yeah.
before you try it. Me personally, I will not be taking it. I mean, like you were saying, so what if they make it a prerequisite for you to
Mandatory.
get a
You know what I'm
job?
saying?
You have to get this to get a
I mean, what if
job,
they
or
just make it mandatory? Period. You know what I'm talking about? Like you must take this vaccine. Then what? You
well,
gonna be a
man,
rebel?
I've been underground all my life, bro. Ain't none of my a lot of my
It'll be like
success
a
has not
movie.
been on top of the ground, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm used to being underground and having to make it work without the assistance of the system. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fellow
Right.
since I was 19 years old. So
That's real talk.
you have to kind of learn how to move around those kind of things. So I'm kind of, I'm accustomed
Used
to
to
that.
that.
You know what I mean? But I know that everyone isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, for anyone that's listening, just make sure that
Yeah.
you do your research, man. Make sure you do your research and be careful about what you letting somebody put in your body.
Right. And let us know. What you think. Would you let them give you the vaccine if it becomes mandatory? What would you do? We have to think about these things because you know what I'm saying. It's like a ticking time bomb right now. So anyway, let me ask you this: has anybody received a stimulus check? Y'all leave us a little thing in your comments and whatever in the comments because I have not received mine. Okay.
Which one?
Uh,
Which one you waiting on? Because we on like the
I got the
third one
six
now, right?
hundred dollar. I thought they were
Okay, you
supposed to be
got the
coming with
six.
a 1,200. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it sounds
Uh,
like you got the second one. Then you got the second one. The second
I
one
didn't
was
never
six.
get the first one though.
Yeah,
So
what I'm saying.
yeah.
But
So
yeah.
like, I'm sorry.
So
Go
how
ahead.
you feeling about that? I mean, what?
I'm
Who
real
you know what
salty
I'm saying?
about
Have you
that.
did any research on who you need to contact? You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
What
know.
the IRS desk you need to be knocking on to get your money in, man? Because they owe
You know
you
how it
that.
is though. Sometimes, man, you be scared to contact the IRS. They might find something. You owe us.
Right.
Hey, we've been waiting on you to call. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. It's like, hey, if you get something, it's good, and if not, you had your first
Right.
say, Avery.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Wow.
Ask Brother Ivory about that, man. How is
Yeah,
he
tell us
feeling? That's
about
what I
that.
want to
How you
know.
feeling?
How
Yeah,
he
we definitely
feeling?
want to hear about that. How'd it go? Yeah. You say you'll be taking the second one, the second in and out of 2 weeks. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah.
Let us
Well,
know
let
how
us
that go,
know.
brother. Be praying
Yeah.
for you, man, for real.
Yeah. Most def. Like I say, me personally, I say, well, I can't say yes and I can't say no because it just depends on I guess, you know what I mean, how intense this thing gets, and whether or not the pressure, and I just cross that bridge when I get to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. hmm
That's about the size of it.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
what about your tax returns? Anybody file those? Everybody's talking about filing those taxes. So, you know what I mean? We want to definitely get
yeah.
on top of that. hmm
You know, some people, that's the issue that they have with their stimulus checks. Some people are getting messages where the IRS is telling them that for them to receive their checks, they are going to have to file it on their taxes.
Right.
But then I've heard people get those messages and then their check shows up. But then some people, they got that message and they meant what they said. They're going to have to file it on their taxes. So, yeah, that's just kind of a real shaky situation. You know, we don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing.
That's like government stuff.
Yeah. And, you know, our government
Never know what they
is
do.
pretty much in shambles right now.
Yeah.
So for all
I'm not
y'all
a
out there just
politician,
waiting on the
not a
government to do something right,
Yeah.
hey, they in
Well,
a
they're
bad way
men.
right now.
They're men. And they not infallible,
Right.
So you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though, man. I just kind of roll with the punches, see what's going on. As time goes, I'll either take the test or not. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys. Maybe I get some ideas. That's what's up.
Hey, I want to address this right quick because
Yeah.
Brother Avery said it's better to get the vaccine to reduce the spread. Now, my question would be, do we know how effective the vaccine is? Have we had enough time to look at and watch, what this is actually doing to people? Because
Yeah, normally
what I heard-
vaccines take a long time to be tested though, and we shot that.
and they pop this one up in like quickly.
Yeah,
Right.
we have a
That's
vaccine.
what I'm saying.
There's no marketing strategy for government capitalized on killing people, but they've been doing it though. They've been killing people. So it's like, remember the Tuskegee Project? And we have a lot
we were just talking
of
about
historical proof that they have killed people, despite whether or not it would bring them more money or prosperity or whatever. I have no idea why they kill people. Sometimes they did kill people for experiments to learn how to do surgeries and stuff like that. Did you hear about that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like they would take the females and they would just mutilate them, man. Black females anyway. During slavery, and that's how.
Okay, you talking about, I thought you was talking about something recent. I was like,
No, I'm talking about how they learned how to operate on people and what works and what doesn't. They used us like guinea pigs. And I'm not trying to start no racial stuff because I'm not racial at all. But that's just history. That's just facts. You know what I mean? And so I'm saying, yeah, they have this vaccine, but I don't know exactly what could transpire because of it. I want to have a long period of time to see how others will respond before I get a vaccine. Wise, very, very wise stand.
I feel that. Yeah.
And again, I'm not telling nobody what to do. I mean, y'all can do it any kind of way that you want to. If you get the vaccine, more power to you. I really do feel like, hey, great job, I just ain't getting it right now, at least right now, But
what is a vaccine? Because let's define the vaccine. Like I don't know the direct definition, but just from my common knowledge, when you get a vaccine, what they're doing is injecting you with the virus,
a little bit of it,
and they are allowing
your immune
system to give it a chance to build an immunity to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I've spoken to a doctor about this, and they're not injecting you with COVID. Okay, that's number one. So if a vaccine is supposed to be you being injected with that particular virus
Shay
to be
says,
able
well,
to
waiting to see if you have extra body parts.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like the doctor I spoke to, he said it was a protein that they're injecting you with. I don't know what the protein is. I have no
Yeah.
clue what it will do to you or how it affects different people of different biological makeups. But
Not to cut you off, but
yeah,
I wanna check out what Avery said right there. He said this is different and it's worldwide, right? And
right.
that was a single experiment. You know, when they talk about the Tuskegee experiment, said on
Right.
something much more controlled. So go ahead with what you were saying. I just wanted to catch him before he disappeared.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's right about that. He's right about that. But I don't know, I ain't gonna say, but he's absolutely right about that. My
Yeah.
mindset is if they play games with us like that then, and it was on a smaller scale in a much more controlled environment, at this point, like you said, it's worldwide. It's worldwide now. They're not just experimenting on a couple of people, you know, in a secluded section. This is
Right.
worldwide. So just pay attention, man. Like, it's a
Yeah.
protein. I don't know what kind of protein it is or what it does, but to me, that's just too vague for me to be comfortable with being injected with it. That's just it.
Exactly. Yeah. I understand. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? It's serious. Very, very serious, you know? All right, guys. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this Sunday jam session, okay? And do me a favor, hit that like button and hit that subscribe, okay? Please share it with your friends, okay? All right, let's get back into some jams.
Yes, sir.
What we got? Yeah, let's see what we got. Okay.
Won't let no
That wasn't the jam.
That is the jam, though.
Nobody can touch your body. I love your body. I know nobody. They got nobody. I know your body. Adore your body, mommy. I know your body. I know your body. I know your body, mommy, 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 mommy. Caramel skin, let the game begin. Poppy all over that, sipping on the gin. Would you like a drink for yourself and your friends? Baby, kick back and take a break from all your men. Just like Burger King, I know you get your way, but you look like a Happy Meal and I've been mad all day. Spread some of that sunshine, girl, you know I'm good for it. Clothes still tighter than them jeans on Chuck Norris. Come on, dance with me, sexy, this is my song. I'm gonna drop the top when it's over, we gone. You can ride with me or just follow me home, cause I can't wait to peel your body out of that thong, mommy. Nobody can touch your body. I love your body. I know nobody. They got nobody. I know your body. Adore your body, mommy. I know your body. I know your body. I know your body, mommy, 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 mommy. Baby, wake up, it's time for you to go. I know you're comfortable, but you need a change of clothes. So you get ready, I'll pick you up at 4 and take you to the stove and maybe pop a dose. Wear something sexy, heels are kind of dressy, so guys get jealous and them girls get messy. I'ma clean the whip till it shine like new money. Put a polish on that bitch so deep dirt will run from me. Step out the car, niggas gon' go and blah, 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 and wonder who we are, cause nobody can touch your body. I love your body. I know nobody. They got nobody. I know your body. Adore your body, mommy. I know your body. I know your body. I know your body, mommy, 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 mommy.
girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down. Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
I'm sick, doctor, help me out. Trying to pimp, but I just caught a little drought and ran out of juice. Can you please tell me how I'm supposed to pull if I can't open my mouth? I got a fetish for undressing with my eyes that coke model body with a product so tight, fitted jeans, stiletto pumps, caramel tone, Indian hair like Bill Collins. Can I carry you home? Shorty royalty like Princess Diana. She is portability to take a trip to Guyana. Plus, I'm underage and she legal, she grown. I see she's out of my league and in a league of her own. But we should've went together like Bacardi and Coke. But the battle of the sexes got me scarred, emotionally unavailable. On the booty call I see, I guess it's time for me to get another caller ID.
Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down. Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
Nice body, dog, that's my type. Cute face, I'm trying to figure how to break the ice. I see an angel in the sky, she must be God sent. Shape up and 8 hazel eyes, caramel skin. She biting in black pedal pushing, she's thick. She don't need mascara, lotion does the trick. I'm hesitant, I'm gonna probably need more time. She fine enough to make you wait for intercourse time. Staying fine, moving with the smoothest soup coolers. I clear my throat to choke up my sense of humor. Ethics keep me away from ecstasy and whiskey. I wanna duct tape and take her with me. I pop a tic tac and hope something happen. Let's roll, take one. Lights, camera, action. You're a sight to be seen, girl. You could attract tourists. You must be a heartbreaker because you drop dead gorgeous.
Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down. Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down, slow
I spy 2 times, one's mine and one's yours.
Time is of the essence, so what are we waiting for?
Players first and our back door, shoot my nizza.
You got the gift, the gab, tiger. You go get it.
But you're the one with the stagger, my rags are average.
Come on, same time, dog. Let's both get at it.
But what would appeal to a shorty? What question should we ask?
Is that jelly? Cause jam don't jiggle like that.
Not this corny, dog. We'll be ridiculed for weeks.
You can't do no better, dog. I tried at least.
Okay, give me a map to your heart, cause I just got lost in your eyes.
Where's my magnet earrings? Cause I gave you mine.
I'm positive you got that. Your mind's elsewhere.
Forget this, dog. I'm a pimp, dog. I ain't never scared.
Dog, I ain't no chicken heads could evaporate.
Ah, you weak, dog. You let him get away.
Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down. Some girl gonna end up putting you down. One day somebody gonna hurt your pride. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
The amazing hemlock, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Every time I come up to the store, somebody asks me for double tip for something that I owe, and I don't even much know them. I can't even get out of my car before I get about somebody with a story that's so sad it makes me want to support them. COVID-19 hit the scene like a dope fiend, spreading like steam off the surface of a stream and taking people out like an invisible demon. And at the same time, we're being hunted by policemen, women being shot while they in the bed sleeping, men keep losing their lives for no reason. 2021, they coming with the vaccines and stimulus checks, but the people feel vexed. And it ain't no question who won the election. We lost direction, they can't find affection. Feminist movements separates us. Selfish goals that overtakes us. Eating that food that bonds and breaks us. I'm talking about the way we love whatever hates us and devastates us. And still God makes us. He creates us, but the devil shapes us.
Every time I come up to the store, somebody asks me for double tip or something that I owe, and I weave with much no video. I can't even get out of my car before I get by somebody with a story that's so sad it makes me want to support them.
Some of the things you think is cool can make an angel's tear drop. Look at the face your baby makes whenever your rear drops. The camera takes clear shots, the media smear plots. So many close enough to see the peel on your beer top. Dropping it like it's hot with a smile on your face though. Mom and dad humiliated if they don't say so. You ain't worried about it cause they loving your page, yo. Million hits a day got you stacking your bankroll. Money over love is the present day motto. You became the type of woman little girls follow. You the role model, a tough pill to swallow. Hearts turn hollow like it ain't no tomorrow. I'm no better, we in this world together. Being brainwashed and molded by whatever. This villain is clever. It's like an assembly line, tarred and feathered. To have our mind severed.
Every time I come up to the store, somebody asks me for double tip or something that I owe, and I weave with much no video. I can't even get out of my car before I get by somebody with a story that's so sad it makes me want to support them.
I notice the world's confusion when they put us on lockdown. None of the faith healers put their hands on our tops now. All of the opportunities to heal the sick stop now. I never heard a preacher say to everyone, watch now. But I'm gonna bet you people still gonna sit on their couch now. Excusing the pastor quick to fix the picture they got now. Giving them every precious little cent that they got now. The government even granted $1 million to whop now. None of them check the elderly to put funds in their treasury. And even though they selfishly manipulate collectively, purchase what we never see. They wealthy like we'll never be. Giving it up, they living it up while we still live in poverty. It's like they won a lottery. They making a church of mockery. At the end of things for robbery and all for no apology. None of this hypocrisy. How could they think that possibly this could be how God would be? This is false philosophy.
Every time I come up to the store, somebody asks me for double tip or something that I owe, and I weave with much no video. I can't even get out of my car before I get by somebody with a story.
Thank you, Mama, for giving me life and a roof over my head.
We gotta thank God for Mama, cause Mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we want, she want us. Trip to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, Mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I feel it, y'all. I ain't lying. As a woman go, I love her best of all. I'm talking about my mama. This song here is for Mama from the heart. I love you, Mama. Every day is Mother Day, cause every day my mother prays that my soul don't get taken away. And if you got a mind like mine, you blessed. Fight hard times. Love is expressed at all times. And you pray for a mama shine. Not sunshine, mama don't shine. Only sometimes, but forever and always. Always and forever. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. 4 times better. I hope God bless. We gotta thank God for Mama, cause Mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we want, she want us. Trip to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, Mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I feel it, y'all. I ain't lying. As a woman go, I love her best of all. I'm talking about my mama. This song here is for Mama from the heart. I love you, Mama. Nobody ever treat me like my mama. She loved me. She never left me alone. She let nobody do me wrong. Take me where I wanted to be. No matter what it was that I did wrong. She told me she was there for me. Bought me all the fly gear, everything I wanted to wear. She always cared for me when I was shedding my tears. Brought me happy days. She never let me stray away. Mama, I love you in each and every single way. We gotta thank God for Mama, cause Mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we want, she want us. Trip to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, Mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I from the heart. I love you, mama. Dear mama, I hold the deepest love. There can never be another you. When I failed the 8th grade, who paid my way into summer school? I appreciate what you do and did. I'd be crazy to ever put some backstab and skill over my tea lady. She raised me when I was wild, as hard as it seemed. And even when you didn't agree, you still supported a dream. Promises never blown, even when she's sick and tired of our attitude. To me, Mother's Day is 365. We gotta thank God for mama. Mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we what she wanted. Trips to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I feel it, y'all. I ain't lying. As women go, I love her best of all. I talk about my mama. This song here is for mama from the heart. I love you, mama.
Mama love me. Pop did too. Only mama persevered through any issue. My pop did take time when he got knocked. I'm just a baby boy, mama holding down the spot. Eminem, your mom endured 9 months of stress. I'ma get my mom's name tattooed on my neck. You know there's nothing I can do to repay you. So I'ma end this up like this. Thank you.
We gotta thank God for mama. Mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we what she wanted. Trips to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I feel it, y'all. I ain't lying. As women go, I love her best of all. I talk about my mama. This song here is for mama from the heart. I love you, mama. We gotta thank God for mama. Cause mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we what she wanted. Trips to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I feel it, y'all. I ain't lying. As women go, I love her best of all. Don't talk about my mama. This song here is for mama from the heart. I love you, mama. We gotta thank God for mama. Cause mama never back off of a promise. No matter how bad we what she wanted. Trips to the mall, she blow it all. When we fall, mama go and get the alcohol. Every time she cries, I feel it, y'all. I ain't lying. As women go, I love her best of all. Don't talk about my mama. This song here is for mama from the heart. I love you, mama.
No one hold me down when I can't even turn around. Plant my feet on solid ground when I can't be falling down. People keep you when you fall. When you need help, they don't fall. But you keep moving strong. Better get your hustle on. Old school got a message for you.
Yeah, you do.
All right, okay. We back, you guys. I'm old school.
This
And
Rain.
with my partner Rain, yeah, that's right. And we just chopping it up, talking about, how to take a look at ourselves and how to avoid road rage, okay? Now, I've noticed how impatient people have become, you know what I mean, lately. They can't even wait for you to back out of your driveway, you know what I'm saying, before they speed past, you know what I mean? They're trying to make sure
Yeah.
you don't go first, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? The people that's driving next to you, kind of behind you, you put your blinker on, they start speeding up, you know what I mean? They don't want to let you get another lane, you know what I'm saying? Or what about the people who jump in front of you? You know, you doing 70 miles an hour and they jump in front of you doing 10.
Right.
I mean, what is up? Do you
I
see
mean, you
people
said
doing
it.
crazy stuff on the road or what?
Yeah,
What's
you
some of
said
the
it,
things
man.
you see? Hey,
Just
before you
impatience.
tell me, Rain, before you tell me, let's let everybody tell us, you know what I mean? What do y'all see people doing crazy on the road? And y'all
Oh, okay.
send us a message and let us know what you think, okay? Go ahead, though, Rain.
Yeah, while we waiting on those comments, I will say this. That, I mean, like you said, though, that's just impatience, you know what I'm saying? And we'll expound once we get some comments back from the listeners. We appreciate everybody tuning in and interacting with us, man. All love, and it's all coming back. But I actually kind of wanted to get into some music talk, old
Okay.
school. The last song that we listened to, man, what was the name of that joint?
Mama?
And what inspired that? Yeah, because I'm listening to that, man, and that's not the typical type of hip hop that you really hear out here. Like,
Well,
I remember a few Mama songs. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
remember Goody Mob. Goody Mob had a dope Mama song.
right.
Of course, Tupac. you know, a few, you know what I mean? But that's not very typical, man. So like, you know, give us a little insight on who, you know, who that
Well,
is, you know, what inspired that
song,
joint.
yeah. Well, actually, I produced that song. You know what I mean? I hate to, you know what I'm saying, toot my own horn or whatever, but that was my
You
gig.
always are though.
It is
Right,
what
bro.
it is.
Ain't nobody
And
gonna toot it for you, that's for sure.
there you go. But the thing is, it's like, you know, it was a song that they wrote about their mama. You know what I mean? And I went ahead and I did the music for it. And you know, some of the kids that's in that song, they since lost their mom. You know, yeah, and I
Wow.
just, you know, let them know how sorry I am about that. You know, and so glad that I had a part in playing a song that she got to hear before she did pass away. You know, and
Right,
so,
right.
you know, yeah, I know they felt good that, you know, she got a chance to hear it and let them know that, let her know that they appreciated her. You know, that was their mama. You know. And so,
Right.
that's just basically one of those songs that let our mamas know that we do love them and we care for them and we think about them, even though we don't say it every day.
Right, right, right. So give me a little insight as well, man. Like as far as like you old school, right? You old
Right.
school. And you know, we all respect all the O's in front of your G. You know what I'm saying? So like give us some insight on what do you feel about the current state of hip hop? And we talking hip hop, y'all, not
Yeah.
just rap music in general.
Well,
But for all those that are familiar with the elements, we talking about hip hop. You know what I mean? What is your take on the current state of music right now?
well, I think that basically it's music. You know, so that's basically what it is first and foremost.
Right,
Um, rap actually is just one of those things that basically it's a word that meant talk. You know, like back in the day, they used to have a news channel called Let's Rap. I don't know if you ever remember that, but if y'all do, just check it out. Don't look at the date, then y'all won't know how old I am. You know, but the thing is that that word rap, you know, it meant to talk. You know, like if a guy went to talk to a young lady and he had a lame conversation, she would say he can't rap. He ain't got no rap.
right,
You know,
right. No
and
conversation.
right. And so basically, you know, when rap came out, the first song, of course, the title of it was rap music. You know, I mean, that was a genre. You know, it's like talking music. You know, and you know, people have come a long way with it. I mean, just creative is. I've heard some of the most dynamic and just lyrically. Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with the art form because, you know, you got so many talented artists out there, man, that can just tell stories and just, you know, and so nowadays I miss that part of it. You know, don't get me wrong. I think they jamming and everything, you know, so I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but I would like to see more of that writing, you know, that just really, really was incredible. You
Right,
know,
right. I could dig that. As a
yeah.
matter of fact, we got brother Avery down here asking
Hey,
for a song request. He's looking for a Funk Paddle 7. And then
where would I get that? I don't have that
we
on deck.
won't. Yeah, we won't. We won't.
Maybe we
Because
have to do that. You know what I mean? Next
we're not
time.
doing yeah, we're not doing anything mainstream.
Yeah, we're
And I'm
not doing
assuming that
anything
that's
right
a
now,
right.
but
And
we're
also
working
we
on it, though,
have
guys.
Ben
We
Frank.
are working on it.
Ben Frank. Ask Ben Frank. Ben Frank, what you looking for? Ben Frank made a song request as well. What did you want to hear, Ben Frank? I'll wait for you in the comments. But
But at this
so
time, you know what I mean. We can't do any requests, and the reason being is because we're brand new. We have licensings and things like this right here that we have to deal with, and so we're still in the process of getting that done. So we are playing a lot of underground music. To be honest with you, even when we do get the licenses, we will be still playing underground music. And
Underground
reason being
music.
is because, we're trying to give those guys some light. I mean, we got people out there that's hearing all of these songs and stuff like this. They're getting their stuff played on every radio station in the land. And we got these people over here that's actually doing work and they ain't getting played at all. So it's like, in fairness, what we're trying to do is we're trying to give them a opportunity to have their music heard as well. I mean, this is a lot of music that we would never get a chance to hear if it wasn't for, the Tower Radio Show, So that's just real talk, I mean, when you tune in here, know that you're hearing music that you'll never hear anywhere else. I mean, you're an artist that you never have gotten an opportunity to hear. And they don't, So that's what's unique about us, Don't get me wrong, we will play some, how do you say it, known artists, but it probably won't be as mainstream as it'll probably be for a reason that they're dope, or something, But it won't be because it's us trying to keep up with the mainstream and all of that. That's not what we're trying to do. Anyway,
definitely not trying to keep up with that. What up, Makisha? Let me shoot that in there. I see Makisha in the comments. What's up, mama? I miss you, girl. Good to hear from you.
Oh, that sounds good. I see that Shay is saying that when they find it, once we get the licenses, we'll play it for you. And that's cool too. We intend to do things like requests. Just not just playing the mainstream everything.
Yeah,
we don't want to be
top 40. That top 40 music is not what you go get here.
Yeah.
That's not what we do.
Yeah. But we're hoping that you guys are enjoying the cuts that we are putting out there, right now. Like I say, it is underground and it is unknown and unsigned artists, So that's what it is. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about as far as the road rage is concerned. I want to know what I'm saying, people have gone through or that are going through, because actually, you guys, I lost a family member behind that. I just went to his funeral, like I'd say maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was all because of a parking spot. This young brother was going to his wife's baby shower. This was going to be his first child, and he'll never see his child because somebody got mad at him behind a parking spot and took his life. So, with that being said, what can we do to try to avoid becoming victims of this, and to being perpetrators of this? You know what I mean? We don't want to be taking somebody's lives because of anger. What can we do? What causes people to snap like this? Anybody got any comments or anything that they'd like to add? What about you, Rain? What do you think? I mean, how do you avoid becoming a victim of a road rage?
Man, you stay in your lane, number one, while you're driving. Stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. Don't provoke anything while you're driving, I mean, it's basically it, man. And use your patience, man. Use the virtue of patience, man. Patience is a virtue for a reason. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In a situation like a road rage situation, your impatience can be the difference between life and death for you. Being impatient with a driver or being impatient with an impatient driver can cost you a lot more than you willing to pay for a trip to Walmart. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my advice would be, man, when you see those type of people on the street, man, on the road, man, do your best to ignore them. Keep you and the people that you have in your car safe. and that should be the first priority.
Yeah.
All that old super angry stuff, you know. Oh, I got it on my mind today. You know, I wish somebody would, you know what I
Right.
mean, and all
Mhm.
that have a cat jumping at their car, or riding by somebody, flicking them off or cussing them out.
Right.
Like, is it really worth it at the end of the day? Is what you have to discern. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
because just like you got it on your mind today, somebody else woke up with it on their mind too. You
Mhm.
know, and
Well, I just want to
that's
just
basically it.
no, you go ahead because I want to hear more of that. It's just that Makisha is saying
Yes,
that
yeah. What's
somebody
up, girl?
pointed the finger at her. What?
And she
What's that?
didn't say anything. She didn't respond. She kept it moving.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's what it's gonna take. Like, man, listen, I'll be
Right.
like this. Like when I'm on the road, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm driving somewhere, I don't like to drive, number one. I drink too much. I don't like to drive. So I'm always getting chauffeured 9 times out of 10 anyway. But when I'm trying to be on my way to do something, you know, I got some kind of business to handle, how big or small it is. My goal is to go and take care of what I need to take care of
Right.
and make it back home safely. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And when I'm out on the road, that's my only goal. So
Right.
anybody that's giving me any kind of energy or saying or doing anything that's gonna stop me from reaching that goal, then
Mhm.
I just ain't trying to deal with that because that's not gonna help me get to where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
And then like look, I told this story before too. Like when I tell my girls, listen, women and angry men, if you're drivers or passengers and you have someone else in the car with you, man,
Mhm.
like don't be out there instigating stuff on the road, man, because like I have to tell my girl all the time, man, like say, man, stop cussing folks out on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, making eye contact with people when you passing by them, you know, after they did something wrong, you know,
Mhm.
you rolling by and you giving them all this old hard eye contact. And I'm like, man, just chill out and get us where we going, because guess what? If
Yeah.
they stop that car,
Right.
or if they stop our car, you not gonna jump your pretty butt out of here and go handle nothing. I'm gonna have to be the one to go and fade that. So chill out, man. You know, so you're not only putting yourself at risk, but your passengers as well. You know,
Right.
so keep all of that in mind, man, and you know we can get there and back safely.
Yeah, I appreciate that right there, man, because that's what it's about, man. It's about being safe, man. You know, I mean, we out here, you know, we're already going through this COVID, and it's making people even crazier, you know?
Yeah, it is. Everybody on edge,
Shay say she fight.
right?
Yeah, but we don't want to do
See, Shay.
that.
Yeah, see, Sister Shay.
Yeah, we gotta have to have that little talk.
We all fight. Yeah, we all fight, but man, you have to know what type of
Yeah.
foolishness to overlook. You have to know when to engage and
Yeah.
when to just let it go. You know what I mean?
Oh
I'm
man,
not fixing to let some idiot mess up my day.
they will
Because
actually
they feeling
end your
foolish
all of
today.
your
That's
day.
retarded. That's retarded, man. Just because somebody is out of their mind and they don't have their facilities
Yeah.
together today,
Mhm.
and they not on the right page, you know what I'm saying? They
Right.
not dancing to the right beat. I'm not gonna let that mess up my day. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop. I'm gonna
Mhm.
stop to address your foolishness and mess
Mhm.
around and get myself or somebody in my car killed trying to deal with you.
Right.
When a millisecond before I laid eyes on you, I didn't even know who you were.
Right.
I had no idea you existed.
Right.
But I'm gonna stop or entertain your foolishness and give you action and
Right.
down at me, stopping my legacy short.
Well, what do you
No.
think? Let me ask you this. What do you think that, like, being, what happens, you know, like, do they just, I don't even understand how they go from 0 to 10 like that. You know, like, it's like, oh no, this person, or sometimes I guess what happens is you feed it. You know what I'm saying? Like they say something, and then when they say something, you say something, and then bam, it escalates. You know what I'm saying? It starts escalating. You know, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was driving, right, and I was in
Mhm.
mad traffic. Okay, I just got off from work. I was working in the industry too, so I was tired. And there was this lady, man, and you know how the lanes merge
Right.
like one lane is going to end and then it's going to turn into one lane.
Right.
Well, she was determined to be in front of me, and I was already in front of her. And so I was going, and she speeded up and speeded up and speeded up until, I just was like, here, lady, you can have it. Because she was going to tear everybody's car up, So something happens to some people behind the wheel of a car. I don't know what that is, but everybody out there, please be safe. You understand what I'm saying? Because these people are crazy.
You know what it is, bro? I would say, like, just from what you said, like you don't know what it is about people when they're in their car.
Right.
You know what it is? It's that is the most personal space that you have besides your home. So when a person is behind the wheel of their car, they do feel a certain amount of power. Just like when you in your house, you feel a certain level of authority, right? Like, hey, I'm in my house. Like, don't mess with me. Like, I'm the last word here. You know what I mean? So, like, when you're on the road and somebody's in their car, you know what I mean? Like, they take everything that's going on outside of their car personal. Like, you messing with my personal space.
Right.
Type of thing. And people just don't know really how to deal with power. You know what I'm saying? Like, being in a car and being on the road, you have a certain amount of power. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. You got the power of life and death literally at your hands. You can, do right and, like I said, get there and get back safely. Or if you're just having a bad day or been having a bad week or a bad life, you could decide to veer off the road and run over all the people you see on the sidewalk if you want to. You know what I mean? So I think it's just that. I think it's that power, that authority that comes with just personal space. And in your car is some of the most personal space, and people, they deal with things very personally when they're in their car. So it's just a matter of people knowing how to control themselves, whether they angry, hurt, whatever, depressed, whatever it is, man. Like, man, before you get behind the wheel of a car, make sure you get your mind right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now see, that's a good one. That's a good one, Rain. Because a lot of times, and I'm not trying to preach and tell everybody there, I don't know exactly what to say to people that, don't believe in God at all. But I pray before I get on the road, because it's so many times, when I think about people in accidents that don't make it. You heard about Tiger Woods, he hit the curb or something and his car flipped all of those times and destroyed his legs. And well, you know what I mean? Do you think that when he got in his car before he left or whatever, that he thought that he would be in a near-death accident? You know what I'm saying?
Probably not.
And so just imagine those people who get in their cars for the last time, that's it.
Not even knowing.
Right. So what I do is I always pray. And I always, ask God to protect me while I'm in this vehicle, against people on the highway and anything that can happen, because sometimes it don't even have to be people. I mean, I've seen where tires just come off of a vehicle and just bam, just
random.
Crazy stuff, Yeah,
final destination type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I pray before I leave, because it's like, hey, and kiss your loved ones and everything.
But that's what I mean, though. Keeping your mind right. It's all a part of that. Different people do it different ways. Some people call it praying. Some people say meditating, whatever. You know what I'm saying? However you do it, though. But before you get behind the wheel of a car, you need to make sure you have your mind right. And I ain't just talking about when you drinking. You know what I mean? On a regular day, 8 in the morning, you ain't seen a lick of alcohol. When you get in your car, get your mind right. Focus on the fact that you want to get where you're going and back safely. What'd you say, Doc?
I say, just keep in mind that there's people out there driving against you. Think about it. I mean, out of nowhere, a dog can just cross the street. My wife got into an accident like that. She was driving and they were just crossing the railroad trail, And bam, the dude just skirt right on. You know what I'm talking about? Right in his tracks because of a dog. The dog had never been out before, you know, and he didn't know what the street was. He just walking out there, just like, oh, this is so much fun, you know. Bam, cause an accident. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And that was just
Yeah,
because
man.
that dude was a humanitarian, you know, because some people would have just been like, oh, just kept on going, you know.
Right.
But some people, you know what I mean, that's shocking and they'll hit on brakes. And so we have to be aware of, you know, other drivers, what might be, you know, just try to be safe, guys. You know, we want everybody to be here tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Come back
Right.
home safe.
All right, man.
Okay, guys. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I want to go back to another little jam session. You know what I mean? Like I said, we don't have any requests or anything like that, but we do have a few jams, so we're gonna just keep it moving. All right, let's see what we got. And by the way, since we're talking about that, some of you guys that are out there that have music and you're trying to get played, that's definitely what we want to do. We want to play music that nobody had got a chance to hear yet. We want to hear something new. Okay? All right. Here we go.
I got an army of invisible men, they tend to get through. My enemies should heed the warning I sent you. Never underestimate the power of Sandman, cause no mere mortal can swim against quicksand. I call down angels to fight my battles. One blow against the folk could knock their heads off cattle. I got an army of invisible men, they tend to get through. My enemies should heed the warning I sent you. Never underestimate the power of Sandman, cause no mere mortal can swim against quicksand. I call down angels to fight my battles. One blow against the folk could knock their heads off cattle. Me and my guardian angel go back as far as the cradle. He's been protecting me since I was young and unable to protect myself from harm or put food on the table. When a storm came and turned my nice home to a stable. You ain't seen a partnership like my heavenly friends. Wingspan so powerful that they don't need wind. Why try to steal a feather when it burns through skin? One angel killed 44,000 men. Fools say that God is dead, but they'll never convince me. And with him by my side, who can rise up against me? So they can fire at me till the cliffs are all empty. But I will still be standing with the army that's sent. I got an army of invisible men. They tend to get through. My enemies should heed the warning I sent you. Never underestimate the power of Sandman, cause no mere mortal can swim against quicksand. I call down angels to fight my battles. One blow against the folk could knock their heads off cattle. I got an army of invisible men. They tend to get through. My enemies should heed the warning I sent you. Never underestimate the power of Sandman, cause no mere mortal can swim against quicksand. I call down angels to fight my battles. One blow against the folk could knock their heads off cattle. Even when I'm by myself, no, I'm never alone. It only takes a second to approach God's throne. Thought can be protected clear past those zones. And evil spirits vanish when he says be gone. I'm not afraid to walk in the valley of shadows. I let my light shine when they point them arrows. I laugh as they're eaten by a billion sparrows that peck through flesh and consume bone marrow. You can do the research if you think you can handle the lions in the den that couldn't chew through Daniel. Or the fiery furnace of 3 quarters, for example. Ramshack, Meshach, gave him a sample. And the Abednego, let's not forget him too. Compare yourself with them against what you've been through. Cause every MC got his own record to screw. I never touch my phone, but look, he's black and blue. I got an army of invisible men, they tend to get through. My enemies should heed the warning I sent you. Never underestimate the power of Sandman, cause no mere mortal can swim against quicksand. I call down angels to fight my battles. One blow against the folk could knock their heads off cattle. I got an army of invisible men, they tend to get through. My enemies should heed the warning I sent you. Never underestimate the power of Sandman, cause no mere mortal can swim against quicksand. I call down angels to fight my battles. One blow against the folk could knock their heads off cattle. Don't wanna live my whole life as a gangster. Don't wanna die in the game. I wanna visit Africa where I come from. Don't wanna fight the flame. So many people go and set up this crazy. I see them every day. They say it's weak when they say that they love you. They say you weak if you pray. I wanna live my life as a gangster. That's it. I wanna live my life as a gangster. No more. It was cool, I was a youngster, rolling with some monsters, packing black steel, but I didn't have a conscience. Putting in work, but it really didn't matter. One time, hit the block, making all the boys scatter. Looking at my life, make a brother wish he had her. Made better choices, then he wouldn't have been captured. Wrestled to the ground like a calf in a pasture. Mama still crying every time somebody asks her. Big world, too bad I never seen it. Sad as it seems, it's a mental convenience. A waste of my time and a waste of my fingers. Time behind bars is a waste of my fingers. Meanwhile, Jody hitting Kathy because she mad at me. My son is unhappy. So he breaks down, call another nigga daddy. And after all of that, I kill a man who try to stab me. More time, a freak world case. Can't wake him up, tears rolling down my face. Looking at my partners, they ran to escape. Now it's just me, yep, me against the state. Swinging a gavel, my life is just a waste. Now a brother like me staring at his shoelace. Feeling like a fool, ending up in the worst place. Sad as a dope fiend, trying to be the dope case. Don't wanna live my whole life as a gangster. Don't wanna die in the game. I wanna visit Africa where I come from. Don't wanna fight the flame. So many people go and set up this crazy. I see them every day. They say it's weak when they say that they love you. They say you weak if you pray. I wanna live my life as a gangster. That's it. I wanna live my life as a gangster. No more. My court-appointed lawyer and the DA must be cousins. I tell them it was self-defense, but they ain't hearing nothing. Ain't open to discussion, got a brother by the nuts. And to him, I'm just a piece of poo-poo in a toilet flushing. Now who gonna get me out of this? I'm crying out to God. I never knew the consequence of living by the sword. I thought that I was all of that. I thought that I was hard. But life can be a bitch when you end up behind these bars. They drug one of my homies out while fighting for his life. He wrote a bunch of children's books, but still he paid the price. This filthy legal system we deal with ain't nothing nice. They quick to lay you on that slab as long as you ain't white. Obama just too busy to be rescuing each other. That falls into a pit that is on bad decision done. I wish like hell that I could change decisions that I made, cause I be living righteous in a brand new Escalade. I would finish college by the age of 22. Instead I'm getting locked up like a lion in a zoo. Now I got no family cause of what I put them through. Thinking I was being smart and didn't have a clue. If somebody had told me this, I probably wouldn't listen. I was too busy on the block fighting for petition. Never thought I'd be in court about to go to prison. Never thought I'd say this, but I miss my mama chicken. I miss driving a hoopty to the spot and hanging out. It wouldn't even matter if it's out of date or not. I guess all I can do is try to do the best I can to educate myself so I can be a better man. Not worried about my partners when I needed them, they ran. Now it's time for me to come up with a better plan. Not worried about my partners when I needed them, they ran.
Now it's time for me to come up with a better plan.
Don't wanna live my whole life as a gangster. Don't wanna die in the game. I wanna visit Africa where I come from. Don't wanna fight the flame. So many people go and set up this crazy. I see them every day. They say it's weak when babies say that they love
wanna live my life as a gangster. I said, I wanna live my life as a gangster. No more.
The deadliest of all, let's equal later meet the spin of sequel on your strategy. Let's see all y'all do is that. Up to, all about the sequel. Up to, all about the sequel. The deadliest of all, let's equal later meet the spin of sequel on your strategy. Let's see all y'all do is that. Up to, all about the sequel. Up to, all about the sequel.
I like a box, I'm breaking, so funny. The devil's advocate cushion saves you money. I bully this rap game, cats call me Debo. Flow is fire, stop dropping, roll. The flow is the woe. I wait to fold the roll, see flow to you. No beef, no roll. It's 8 to the M to the line coming true. Bad boys, what you gon' do?
The deadliest of all, let's equal later meet the spin of sequel on your strategy. Let's see all y'all do is that. Up to, all about the sequel. Up to, all about the sequel. The deadliest of all, let's equal later meet the spin of sequel on your strategy. Let's see all y'all do is that. Up to, all about the sequel. Up to, all about the sequel. I cold show the Bogart lanes and start off with Bowie y'all tunes. Sorting my game up, sorting your goons. Verbally start to speak with no demons, low team, ain't like it. Now it's a later way down. You live like it's no security. You got your head in the cloud, but I'm the deadliest of all. Let's hope about it. I'm just don't stop. I can put this on my long that y'all get with, but you not. 1, 2, 3, 4, y'all about to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, y'all about to see. One of the deadliest of all. Let's see who later meets the spin of sequel. One of the deadliest of all. Y'all do this. All about to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, y'all about to see. Deadliest of all. Let's see who later meets the spin of sequel. One of the deadliest of all. Y'all do this.
Sit back and observe this class acting analyst with a mug needed in the streets of Los Angeles. Tell me, you little punk, I'll take this back game hostage. It's a bird, it's a plane on my CDs dropping.
Rulers, leaders like Julius Caesar, seas part juices like Caesar Blue. We got prophets like Jesus, and the least I'm in the country, charging the visas, kidnap senoritas like Robelli Montego, so play to my ego. The deadliest of all, let's see who later meets the spin of sequel on your strategy. Let's see all y'all do is that. Up to, all about the sequel. Up to, all about the sequel. The deadliest of all, let's see who later meets the spin of sequel on your strategy. Let's see all y'all do is that. Up to, all about the sequel. Up to, all about the sequel.
Stand up.
You don't say Noel.
I got a brand new pussy. Ice cold, igloo, retro, what's up? Gotta get it on some thirsty. Be my drip, I can feel it in the light. She got it, ice cold, igloo, retro, what's up? Gotta get it on some thirsty. Be my drip, I can feel it in the light. I got it in the light. Yeah, the drip is on side. Y'all said he rolling, I'm rolling on Texas ties. Yeah, we Texas ties, we 26 inches high. I'm married to the game, my diamond's gonna be my bride. Yeah, I slip and I slide, cause girl, it's people the vibe. I know you niggas talk, cause I'm the one that's alive. I'll make it there when I'm diving about the cool. My cellars, they got no room. I'm feeling like Tamara, this a panoramic view. You guys staying low, I'm like some hot soul. I ain't choose, I can probably pick and choose. Yeah, I got a drip up in the bag. The shorty eat it up like she fresh off the fast. I bypass, leave you smelling like gas. Yeah, I'm in that Jag and that big kind of nasty. It's like a NASCAR. Cause of the dash 250, it's a fast car. I got my brand new cancel like it with the stars. Cold, igloo, retro, what's up? Gotta get it on some thirsty. Be my drip, I can feel it in the light. She got it, gotta get it. Ice cold, igloo, retro, what's up? Gotta get it on some thirsty. Be my drip, I can feel it in the light.
Certified stepper, earth defying weapon. I think about that life like I had a C-section. I'ma keep it real from the moment I was little. I've been trying to get these M's, stack them higher than the hills, and I'm just trying to live. She be all for the thrill. She start asking what's the deal. Till I pipe her with the drill. Hold up, maybe up like sail. Brand new truck, ceramic wheels. Slam that dunk like I'm Shaquille. Now they asking what's my bill. As I'm missing on my wheel. Same song, I disappear. Now I'm headed to my crib. Pop a silent off the gas. Phone ringing in my ear. Love mama calling still. Text her back like what's the deal. She text back like oh for real. Yeah, like diamond.
Purchase
That's
your
why I
tracks
can't
today.
stop shining. Me and Smooth, we timeless. I promise. And I don't break no promise. But I can speak
got a
for
brand new
God. Ice cold, igloo, retro, inside. And it is so thirsty. Be my drip, I can feel it in the light. She got a brand new pussy. Ice cold, igloo, retro, inside. And it is so thirsty. Be my drip, I can feel it in the light. I got a brand new.
Purchase your tracks today.
Won't let no one hold me down when I can't turn around. Plant my feet on solid ground when I can't be falling down. You can get you when you fall. When you need a big on all, but you keep moving wrong. Better get your hustle on.
Old School got a message for you.
All right, all right.
What up?
We back. Well, welcome back, you guys, to the Old School Sunday Jam Session, sponsored by Refurbished iPads and MacBook Pros, the plug for high-quality, recycled, upgraded Apple computers at low prices. You can find them at bit.ly/MACBOOKMAN, all lowercase letters, okay? Once again, that's bit.ly/MACBOOKMAN. Or you can just call 346-801-9448. All right. And don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe, and share, okay? We're going to keep on bringing that music and that underground. You know how it go, okay? So let's get off into our topic, okay? How about this? How to find joy and happiness in our relationships and our lives, okay? Now,
Man, well, we got another 2 hours.
How about this?
That's a big question. We're gonna need another 2 hours for that one.
Well, you know, Rain, actually, man, I would like to retract something that I said the last time we was talking. I think that was on Saturday, the last show that we had. You know,
by the way,
well, let me finish.
While you said that, shout out girl chat. Just shout out girl chat.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm trying to apologize to you. But anyway, though, I had said something about, we was talking about the difference between happiness and joy or whatever.
Right.
And basically, the whole thing is that I did research on it. And I came to find out that actually, that joy is more powerful than happiness is. So, I'm the type of person that admit when I'm wrong. So I'm just saying, I was wrong. And so with that being said, you know what I mean? As far as people, admitting when they're wrong, you know what I mean? What do you think about that? I mean, why do you think it's so hard for people to admit when they're wrong? You know what I mean? Like I just did that right there. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that hard.
Right. It's number one, because you know who you're talking to, and I ain't never gonna place you under no type of judgment in the first place. So it's easy to do that with me. And it's just as easy for anybody else to do that with me. It's just that I believe you know what I really think it is, bro? Like one of his kind of surface levels is that people, especially people who have a connection to whatever they consider their source of knowledge. Like for us, it would be our connection with God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel people tend to feel like they want to feel like they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of an insult, personally, and a pride issue, of course, for them to feel like that they said something wrong or they did something wrong or whatever it was that they were trying to, whatever plan that they were trying to execute, like they made a mistake and you know they didn't do it right. Like people just don't want to admit that. I mean, it's just human nature. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We all imperfect, so we're gonna always make mistakes. But you know what I think that is that makes people just find it so hard to admit when they're wrong. I think it's pride. I think it's pride.
Pride.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, they don't want people to see them. You know how people used to say, save face? He trying to save face.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't understand that by him or her allowing their pride to dictate their actions like that, they really spiting their face instead of saving it.
Wow. Now see, that's heavy. So basically, do you think that people would have more joy and happiness in their relationships if they would admit when they're wrong? Well, how about this? How about this? How and why?
Well, the how is you will be, just in general, you're going to be more functional, more clear-headed, with a more clear conscience when you are dealing with your issues. If you have an area in your life that you would like to excel at and you spend energy and time trying to excel at, when you do make a mistake, how do you learn from a mistake? You admit what you did wrong so that the next time that you come across that situation, you will at least know not to do that. You know what I mean? Okay, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Just admitting your mistakes is just a essential building block of learning.
Right.
But how, I'm gonna be real. I tell my girl this. I tell my girl this all the time. I just told her this like the day before yesterday. I said, man, babe, you really having an issue with forgiveness in general. You know what I'm saying? Like when you make a mistake, like forgiveness ties in because you have to know how to forgive yourself for making a mistake to be able to move on.
Right.
But I told her, our relationship would be a lot more smooth if you were just okay with just saying I'm sorry. I mean, you know what I mean? Because you don't forgive. Number one, you're not forgiving me for anything that I've done, but more importantly, you're not forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you make because you're not even acknowledging it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'd rather just sweep the mistake under the rug, but I keep trying to tell her just because you sweep it under the rug, don't make it disappear. You know what I mean? It's still there. You know what I'm saying? It's just under the rug. And that stuff that's under the rug, it'll build up and eventually it's going to start stinking. So the how is just, the how is, it's a process, you admit what you did, you see what you did, you formulate a plan to correct it. And the next time you just do better. I mean, it's so much more simple that way rather than you trying to sell me on how you were right in a situation where we both know you was dead wrong. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm. I like this, what Shay said. Some people don't trust their own forgiveness.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, that really is. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. So, do you think that pride itself can cause a negative effect in your relationship? Just having pride?
Of course. Just having pride in itself? Well, just having pride in and of itself is not bad. I mean, you know what I mean? Pride is a good thing if you use it properly. But when you start misusing it,
and no.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying as well. Pride is a good thing because pride is what will allow you to realize that you need to remove yourself from a detrimental situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your pride is what will help you do that. So in that way, it's good. But pride, when you try to misuse it, and you try to use pride as a way to, how do you say, to deflect. You know what I'm saying? You deflect all of your mistakes,
stuff off of you.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? When you try to use it like that, then it's a misuse of a virtuous principle. And anytime you misuse a principle like that, it's just always going to turn out wrong. Just like we were talking about respect the other day. Respect is, wanting respect is a good thing. Working for respect is a good thing, but if you use it correctly, then it's going to work for everyone that's involved. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when you misuse it, then you're trying to use it only for your benefit, then you're leaving somebody stuck out, and somebody in a situation is going to feel some type of way, which is never a good situation, So this is about, to me, a misuse of virtue. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, that was a good explanation. Well, how do you say the word? Explanation. It's like I can't even get none of the words right because I got this echo in my headphone, and it just keeps throwing my words off.
You all right, bro. You all right.
But anyway, let me ask you this. The opposite of pride is humility, right?
The opposite.
Oh, wow. Look. Benjamin Franklin say, when pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with humble is wisdom. Wow, isn't that cool? That is so good. That was what scripture was that? I should have seen that.
That's Proverbs 11:2.
I know it's Proverbs. Mm-hmm. Oh, 11:2. Yeah, that is so good. That's that book. That's
before pride comes destruction. That's another interpretation of that scripture. Before pride comes destruction. You know what I mean?
Isn't it funny how, I'm sorry, I cut you off, right?
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But I think it's so funny how the world, they teach us, have pride in your race, have pride in your country, have pride in your school and your everything. You know what I mean? Just, we are the Madison Marlins, and we will. I just threw that out there. Shout out to Madison. You know what I mean? That's what guys do. But it's just like, everybody have that pride about their stuff, and it's like, sometimes it can kind of divide people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But whereas humility is just one of those type of things that seems like it draws people. You know what I mean? It works and helps our relationships, a lot better. And there's that scripture that he was talking about, Proverbs 16:18, how pride goes before destruction, But like I say, what do you think about that? And y'all out there, tell us, what you think about pride and humility, because which one is better? I'm always battling with stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, which one? Who will win this battle, pride or humility?
That should be obvious. You know what I mean? But I'm a pick at this last scripture that Ben Frank sent, where it says, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now, this is my take on it. Like, when you talk about pride in general, you were talking about like pride in your school, pride in your race, pride in all these, these different things. Like, that, to me, it establishes pride as a spirit, right? Mm-hmm. Pride is a spirit. Like, when you go to a football game at the school, y'all having a pep rally or whatever, then you go to the game, you have all those thousands of people in the stands, and everybody's cheering for the same team, these same colors, this same symbol. They are generating a spirit, you know what I'm saying? They're generating a spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like the spirit of our team, the spirit of the Spartans or whatever your team name is. So it's a spirit, you know what I'm saying? And just like any other energy, if you don't know how to manage it and you're trying to play with it, you probably gonna hurt yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody else. And that's just what it is. People being responsible for their energy. It's okay for you to be prideful, but don't let your pride paint you into a corner to where when it's time for you to progress in a certain situation, you allow that pride to be a stumbling block
Right.
for your progress. You know what I mean?
Right.
That if you see your pride being a stumbling block for anything progressive in your life, then yeah, that's the time that you might want to take a look at yourself and say, well, you know, is there something that I need to be dealing with? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
to me, that's just it. I ain't got no pride. Well, I got pride, but I got more humility than pride. I'll humble myself.
Yeah, that's what I try to have. More humility.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Like I done had cats, man. I done had cats come at me like straight up disrespectful, like, you know what I mean? Like fighting words. And I'll let them make it, man. Like, you know, I'll give a cat a sermon. I'll give them a word, like, say, bro, you know, this might not be what you want to do, not just because I feel like I'll just dust you like that, but I'm saying I'm thinking about all of the ramifications of whatever it is that me and you finna get into is gonna cause. Whoever's watching, I don't want to be fighting in front of nobody, you know what I'm saying? That might be looking up to me, that might listen to what I have to say, you know what I'm saying? But then they see me fighting somebody over some BS, you know, that'll disrupt, you know, my ministry, like my word, like whatever it is that I'm trying to get across to them. Like if they would have listened to me before, they see me having a weak moment in pride, it'll disrupt, you know, what you're trying to convey.
Right.
And those type of things, and then just letting cats know, like, man, look, so you want to fight, right? What are we fighting for? Okay, me and you don't have any real beef. You don't owe me no money. You ain't messing with nobody in my family. Like, you know what I mean? We ain't got no real beef. And how much we making for this? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'll come at cats like that, and it takes a lot of humility to do that. It takes a lot of humility for you to let somebody know, okay, dude, well, you trying to stun on me right now. So what, you want my nuts? That's what you're saying? You want to be able to go and tell somebody you took my nuts? Okay, bro, you got that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know, ride on with that. Because look, I came in this door with my self-respect, so it's not something that I have to fight for. And that's humility to me. You know what I'm saying? That's humbling yourself to the principle of humility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
hey, listen, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead,
we
bro.
got like 1 minute.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so within that 1 minute, I want to go ahead and just kind of drop it. But at the same time, I want to say, hey guys, when it comes to humility, always remember that sometimes humility can stop us from learning something new. You know, like we feel like we've heard it and known this all our lives, and somebody tell you something that's different than you've been hearing the whole time. Don't let pride be something that stops you from learning something new. Okay? With that being said, we're going to say that's it for our show. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for joining us at the Old School Sunday Jam session, and we hope that y'all enjoyed it, okay? Shout out to Doc and Miss Shay and everybody at the Top Radio.
Everybody at Top Radio.
Next week when we talk about the power of women and how this can both be a blessing and a curse. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button and to show some love to all your friends and share. Okay?
I might not be able to do that show in front of my girl.
All right, you guys. We're going to say good night, good night. Good night to y'all. We're going to play a little joints out on the way out the door. How about that?
Peace, y'all.
Peace, everybody. Peace. Much love. All right.
Won't let no one hold me down, and I can't be turned around. Plant my feet on solid ground, and I can't be falling down. When you fall, when you feel they don't fall, but you keep moving strong. Better get your hustle on. Old school got a message for you. Won't let no one